Welcome, family, friends, and peers. We have an exciting hour for everyone tonight. If this is your first time hearing Vandee speak, you are in for an amazing hour. And if this is your first time with us, please put a 1 in the chat so we know who you are. Vandee Flake is so wanted as a speaker and a trainer and a counselor. We are so grateful, Vandee, that you always make yourself available for Kai's team to help us out, whether it's crossline, sideline, anyone who needs help. Vandee, even being an amazing mother of 4 adorable children and with an amazing husband, Sam, is always available to help us. She lives in Snowflake, Arizona. I just love that name. It's so opposite to the temperature. It makes me laugh every time. But Vandee has been in LifeVantage for 11 years. Her monthly volume is an astounding 200,000 every single month. This has enabled her and her husband, Sam, for example, to spend 18 months in an RV with their 4 children. They had an amazing adventure. This certainly wouldn't have been able to be an option as with her former job working with a major cell phone company in the marketing department. We all know what that's like, but we just want to ask you to please just put everything aside, turn off your phone, and just sit down and just listen to what Vandee has to share tonight. I think you will all agree at the end that it was well worth it. Vandee, go ahead. Share us all your amazing gems.
Awesome. Well, you guys, I'm excited to be here. As I said a few minutes ago when we were first getting started, I believe that this is the chance for everybody to launch your business or relaunch your business. And I don't believe there's a better time because of the tools that LifeVantage has put into place and the things that we have available right now and that are coming globally to everybody that are really going to change the marketplace. And because, you guys, those of you in the Philippines, even though that haven't launched Evolve, you kind of have a heads up of what's coming so you can build your business the right way to take advantage of that. And there's so many wonderful, the things are happening right now that I think it's going to change the world. And there's going to be a couple people. Seth Mulder gave the best description of it I've ever heard. Like a TV show has different seasons. And sometimes at the end of season 1, some characters that played a big part in season 1 kind of leave the show for season 2. And sometimes new characters pop up and they're kind of have a big role in season 2. And that's really where we're at right now. This is season 2 of LifeVantage. It's LifeVantage 360. It's a time to look at your life, look at 360 degrees, and figure out where, what you want to do and where you want to go with that. So one of the first things I try to do when I'm feeling stuck is there's 3 things I try to do. I stop, and first of all, I just list off everything I'm grateful for. Okay? The next thing I do is I stop and I picture my big vision. My big vision. Where do I want to go? How do I think my world's going to look? How do I think it's going to be when I have, a Sylvia, a Beth, a Christiana personally enrolled underneath me in my new team, a Martina, and Anne, all of these people. If I had somebody like that personally enrolled, because I am launching a brand new team. I have a beautiful team. I love the people I have. But for this new compensation plan, I am going out there and I'm pretending I'm brand new. And I am going and finding a brand new team. And so I wrote it out there. And things have happened, So first is my gratitude. Second is my big vision. What do I want? And third is to go to work. So I did these steps. And as I did, I connected with another friend who wants to help run with this. And she's got a lot of influencers. So It's another opportunity when you start putting yourself out there and you just start sharing the message. So I'm going to share my screen real quick if I can. Can I get sharing? Kai, can I get sharing capabilities? Beth asked if I would share some of the stuff, okay, that I covered at Evolve. And I thought I had so you guys, I want to just tell you a funny story because I think it's funny. It's funny now. It wasn't really funny a month ago, okay? So LifeVantage asked us to speak. So Sam and I worked on our thing, on our speech. We got our speech, we got it submitted. They said, okay, submit your slides. So I worked on the slides, but I've been working in Google Slides. I built this in PowerPoint so I could upload it real easy. I didn't save, and I didn't have automatic save on my computer, and the computer shut down. So 30 minutes before I had to show this to LifeVantage, I quickly rebuilt my slide deck. No big deal. They covered it. We had a few changes. The next day, I uploaded it to LifeVantage. We left that weekend. Sam texted Nate. Nate said, yes, I got your stuff. Sam headed to Louisiana. I actually had to fly to New York and then to Louisiana. So we were like this major craziness thing. My plane's delayed. I get in at midnight. 8 o'clock the next morning, we go for a rehearsal. They don't have our slides. I hadn't uploaded them to anything to get them. So I had the LifeVantage creative director rebuild my slideshow as fast as I could send him pictures. He rebuilt my deck, and it looked even better than the one I built. Anyway, I thought he sent it to me, but I can't open it on this computer. So it's been like this slide deck, as somebody that's always built PowerPoints and built some crazy ones, to have so many things go wrong, it cracked me up. But I took a deep breath and I laughed and I counted the blessing. My slides looked better than they had from the originals. And so that's what sometimes things are not going to work out. Sometimes we'll be on mute when we're trying to launch a meeting, because we've all done that, Christiane. So don't feel bad at all. But I had a little friend, my friend's little sister growing up was Christiana, and I keep trying to flip your name into that. So that's why I keep pausing to say it right.
I love it. You can call me Christiana. I love it.
Well, she was born on Christmas Day, and that's what they named her, was Christiana. And I always love the story. So when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute. But so things are going to happen, you guys. Things are going to go wrong. But the thing that makes a difference is consistency. So there's a quote, and it was so funny. I heard this on Instagram, and I tagged this as something I wanted to share because it was so powerful. It's the rule of 100. If you spend 100 hours doing anything in a year, you're going to be better than 95% of the people doing that. Okay? That's 18 minutes a day. So if you are doing 18 minutes of inviting, tool, team, building your LifeVantage business for 18 minutes a day, in a year, you're going to be better than 95% of the people building this business, because 95% of them are not going to be consistent. If you want to be great on social media, if you spent 18 minutes a day building, sharing, growing your social media, in a year, you're going to be better than 95% of people. There'll still be 100 people, there'll still be 5% of those experts, because they're probably spending more time than that. But the law of it was so powerful to me. And then Seth Mulder shared it on our call the other day, and I just started laughing. He's like, what's so funny? And I showed him my notes. I said, I just saved that guy, because it was so powerful to me as something that resonated, because it gives you that law of consistency. It teaches you, that consistent effort, compound interest, that compound effect of being consistent every day is going to change your life forever. You can't spend 100 hours this week trying to do something and be there as much as doing it consistently every day. Think about it, guys. Even if you just sent, if you said it took you 6 minutes to send out one invite, and you send out 3 of those every single day, what would your business look like? You know, what would it look like? So another one that I loved was, it said, if you had to pay somebody, would you hire yourself? So if I look at my effort today, what did Vandee do for her LifeVantage business this week? Would I pay myself to do what I did? Like, would I hire somebody to do that much effort? No, if I'm going to pay them, I hope they would do more, you know? So think about that, though. You are your own employee. You know, you are the CEO of your life. You are the CEO of your business. And so you have to take that control, and you have to be that effort. So I'm going to go in here and share this. Let's see if we can find this. So how to use tools, guys. This is a picture of some of our family, some of the things we've got to do. We've had some amazing trips. We took our kids to Cancun. They got to see the pyramids. They got to go to convention. We've gone and hiked caves. I was going to say those are some Thailand friends. I told the story. I'm going to tell this one really quick today. But there was a young man who had a dream. He had a vision of a movie he wanted to create. He was a blue collar, and I already showed you the slide, so you guys know what it is. But in my presentation, I didn't show it to the end. But he did. He had this vision of what he wanted to create. And he started, and he worked his way up to become a director. And he presented his idea to the movie company, and they're like, no, we want you to just do a sequel to that movie you already did. And he's like, I want to do this. And he goes, you know what? Cut my paycheck. I'll take 10% of what you would have paid me, but I just want rights to the sequels and rights to any merchandising. Well, the executives thought that that this movie was going to flop. So they didn't care. They thought this was a great deal for them. And okay, Hiram's got a ride. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I pick up kids and everything else, coordinating here. You know, Harrison Ford told people that he thought Star Wars was going to be a huge flop. The movie was 40% over budget. It was delayed. Everything went wrong. Okay. After making the first 3 with mediocre success, George Lucas had to wait. And then suddenly, new technology came out. The movie industry expanded. This special effects expanded. And he was able to create more Star Wars movies. He was able to sell that. He's worth like $12 billion now. The Star Wars industry is worth $72 billion franchise. And he was able to sell that to Disney because of his dream and his vision for that. And he worked from the 70s, you know, be up until early 2000 to create that whole vision before it came to fruition. Now, some people would have said when he's in the middle of all this, you did 3 movies, they were okay, they kind of flopped, but you're done. Let go of that vision. But he never did. And he worked and worked. And now, do you think his kids are so glad he didn't give up that dream? He's so glad he didn't give up that dream because of how much it's worth. And so we want to remember that because it came back up. And we want to make sure we use the right tool for the job. You want to make sure that you're not trying to use a screwdriver, like a butter knife, for a screwdriver. These are my kids building down at LifeVantage Legacy. I always share this because I'm so passionate about our LifeVantage legacy and what the company does to give back. This little guy right here in the middle was 4 months old the first time we went down there to build houses. And we've gone almost every year since, and my kids love it. It's definitely a project we're passionate about. But the company has given us all of these tools, you guys. We have the ABC Primetime. We have videos. We have PowerPoints. Now let's go through each of these and talk about how they can work. But none of these tools will do anything if we don't share our story. Okay? And some of these slides, guys, I have to think about because Sam did this part of the presentation. So if I pause and think, that's what I'm doing, is because this wasn't the part I had memorized. But there's 4 steps when you share your LifeVantage story. You want to share your background. What I still introduce myself. I've been doing LifeVantage longer than I was a marketing manager. But I still go back to what I did before network marketing because it makes it more relatable. You share the pain, okay? I mean, I think about the time my kids were sick and my boss is telling me that I need to take my child to the hospital or come to work. And he wasn't that sick. He just needed held. You know, he wasn't dehydrated yet. There was nothing they were going to do at the hospital. But it was that frustration of every time my child was sick. Were they sick enough that I could miss work and juggle the double-ness? And that was such a pain every single time. And then I found the solution. You know, I found LifeVantage. And I was more excited about it because I was more excited about this little yellow pill and to see if it would help my dad. I only joined the business because I wanted to see if I could make $200 a month. Okay, why do I have hope now? Well, now I have more hope than ever because I see a path that everybody can have success. I see a path where people, you guys, give me drop a 2 in the comments if your check went up from Evolve. Like if you had a boost from Evolve, you know, in your checks, because there's so many people that are having incredible results from that. I keep getting story after story because this compensation plan is set up that there's a simple path. You get 18 collagen customers. You're going to be making $500 every single month. 36 collagen customers is $1,200 a month in your check. Okay. If you guys are in the United States, just drop what gym rank you are, okay? We were at Emerald, right on the tip of Sapphire. And I'm hoping we're going to hit Sapphire this month, guys. But it's why I have hope now. And you share those stories, but you want to share them with every tool we have. So these are some of my favorites, is our collagen before and afters. Sharing these pictures over and over again. And I don't just throw them up and share them. I take time to try to share my story. You know, I hold up my phone and video. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're not going to believe my friend Joanne's results. Hey guys, you're not going to believe my friend Marin's story. Her mom called her and asked her if she had Botox done because her results were so noticeable in less than a month. Okay. Then I show the before and after pictures. Then I tell people again, you know, what about this? I share the stories of, oh my gosh, you guys, it's beyond just what you can see on your skin. It's everything inside your body. I'm excited about collagen. Okay. Because of this, we still share. All right. Next tool. We still share our ABC Prime Time. Okay. This is a tried and true method. Instead of a first touch, this is more of a follow-up because I usually invite people in with collagen and then I send the ABC Primetime as a follow-up. Now, a little bit more to get them on the Glow Stack, but I have people buying the Glow Stack that have never seen the ABC Primetime video. It blows my mind having built this business with showing the video, you know, and then ordering things. Our website, you guys. On your website, for every single product, you can download a product information sheet. It's usually a 2-page sheet you can print out and use and give to people. I have hair salons that print it out for the shampoo, and they print their QR code so people can sit there. They're like, hey, this is the shampoo I used on you. If you want to order it, click, here's the QR code, and they order it right then. There's frequently asked questions, you know, when somebody's like, what are the ingredients in Axio? And I'm like, I don't remember now. You know, I can pull that up and send it to them. There's also blog posts. And this is something that I feel like is probably one of our most underutilized tools in LifeVantage. Okay. You can go, and you want to make sure, though, there's the one caveat I want to point out here. When you go to the blog, the LifeVantage blog, it's linked to your website. So if you see, and I've messaged a couple people on this, because this picture I took right here, and shared this on my stories. I had a couple people copy this idea, but they didn't change the link. They linked to my website. So I had to message them and say, hey, make sure that you link to your website. But you can go to these blogs, and there is a blog about every single product we have. And you can share it on Facebook, on Twitter. You can copy the link and share it like I did right here in my Instagram stories with the link to read the article. Another great resource you can use with these blogs are to talk about it. You know, go live on social media. Hey guys, tonight, you know, today's Wellness Wednesday. I'm going to talk about 6 myths about vitamin supplements. And here's the first 3. 1, 2, 3. Say me if you want me to email you the rest, the blog, so you can read the rest. Just a very simple idea on how you can use our blogs. Great information are on this website. You guys just, underused. Was that something you guys didn't know about? Because every time I do that, I feel like people don't know about this one. Slides. We have amazing PowerPoints available now. They are phenomenal. And the one thing is, this is just showing you guys a good slideshow and a bad slideshow. You don't want to have a ton of information on your slideshow that people can't even read the slide, you know? It's not going. The other thing is, you don't have to read every word on this. When I welcome people, I say, you guys, I'm talking about our True Science brand collagen, and I want to welcome you to our Sip and Goal party. I don't read introducing our newest breakthrough in activation. It's on the slide, but I don't always say it. And that's for every slide. So when you're doing presentations, don't feel like you have to have every slide memorized. And it's okay to skip it. It's okay to go, crap, what was that one? Skip. Next slide. And that's okay. Those of you with collagen, these are great little handouts that you can do. That QR code can scan and share. They can go directly to your shopping cart. You can have your phone number right here. You can have a QR code scanning to your, this one scans to my business contact information. Okay. If anybody wants this link, let me, Beth or Sylvia, I can send you guys this link to download these. But these are all resources that we can use. Seth created this one. But again, somebody had an idea and different people have copied and pasted it. And we use it and share what we do because we all benefit when the company grows. One of my favorite things is R&D, rip off and duplicate. I had somebody message me, can I share a picture you shared? Don't even ask, screenshot it and share it, guys. I would recommend for social media that you follow 2 people in LifeVantage that are doing excellent with social media, okay? Find the 2 people and follow them, okay? I don't know if there's anybody that's doing more reels than Seth Mulder. You know, that's one of the ones I like to follow. But there's several people that are doing really great on their social media game. Follow those guys and copy their stuff. Find 2 people this is if you want to build out your social media game. Find 2 people outside of LifeVantage in another network marketing company and watch their stuff and use the ideas that they post. You know, those ones you can't copy and paste exactly, but you'll be able to find it. And then find 2 people that aren't in network marketing that are just big in social media and follow them for ideas because you want to create your room. You want your social media. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room. You don't want to be the best person in social media that you follow because you want to up-level your game. The next tool that we have that I love, you guys, is our LifeVantage app. And I have to share this funny story because I think it's funny. It made me laugh. one of my friends shared a video, and I messaged her and I said, that was a cool video you created. Can you send it to me? And she goes, Vandee, it's in the app. And I started laughing because I hadn't been checking the LifeVantage app because I get out of habit with it. I'm not as good at using the LifeVantage app as I should be. But having those there was a benefit. Having those tools, you know, there are videos that you can download and share snippets of, or share them to your social media to create interest. You can share them as follow-ups. You can just share them as, I mean, this Nerf 2 product video would be a great video to send a month or 2 months after somebody's been ordering Protandim. Send them a follow-up. Okay? I'm trying to think if there was another tool I had. Okay. Oh, whiteboards and napkins. This was Sam. We had to talk old school and new school. I love that our LifeVantage app is still good enough that you guys can share the Evolve plan. The compensation plan can be shared in 2.5 minutes. Not the entire thing, but the basic to teach somebody how to make their first $20,000 on Evolve can be shared in 2.5 minutes. And if you haven't seen that, I can show you guys how to do that. But I know we have a team that kind of goes through both here, so we don't have to go through that in detail there. But you want to learn how to tell that Evolve story. This is my little basket guy. Of gathering customers into your basket and what that can look like. Okay, Steve 5, I ended up cutting this out of my presentation, but I'm going to share with you guys this because it blew me away. A couple months ago, February maybe, Steve 5 flew down to Arizona. Nobody knew he was coming in. We were standing there getting ready for our event, and he walked into the event. And he got up on stage and he said that there were 2 announcements in LifeVantage's history that changed the course of the company. The first was going direct sales in 2009. The second was launching Evolve in 2023. He goes, and I don't know which one is a bigger announcement. And that really hit me hard because going to direct sales is the reason all of us are here today, is because of this plan. And then Evolve being even bigger, it just really made me open my eyes. Stu Brody got up and he said, I think hiring Steve Fife as a CEO was the third biggest thing best thing that LifeVantage has ever done. And I would have to agree. Steve Fife got sick. He did not make it to Evolve, you guys, in New Orleans. He had been traveling. I mean, if you guys have seen that man's schedule, he has been in the Philippines and Japan and Thailand and everywhere else since Evolve launched in January, getting everybody ready as everybody's rolling this out. And he got sick really bad, and he decided not to come at the last minute to the event. He sat and watched the entire event and he sent us a personal text. That's the kind of guy we have. We have never had a CEO that has been on every elite call. He is on every FAB call. This is a man who cares about the distributors or consultants. He cares about us, and he wants us to be there. And our leadership is amazing. And this is a guy that doesn't have to be here. This is the guy that was planning on retiring and staying to help with LifeVantage. So he is really, really amazing. So I'm trying to make sure that we have, if I see questions, okay. Yeah, the QR code goes to your shopping cart. Perfect. I'll get that sent out. But those are some of the tools, you guys. But none of these tools work. It doesn't matter how beautiful your PowerPoint presentation is if you don't share it. It doesn't matter how many amazing before and after pictures you have on your phone if you don't share them. Keep them on your phone. We had a guy last night ask about something, and Sam started telling him about it, and I just opened up my phone and showed him the before and after pictures, and he's like, wow. You know, it's really changing the way we present. It's changing the way we share because we have these amazing, amazing tools. But they don't work unless you do. So when I talk about that 100 hours, it's sharing stuff. It's going, if you're building, I'm doing a lot of training on social media right now. So if you're going to do social media, you want to get good at one area. If it's Facebook, if it's Instagram, if it's TikTok, it doesn't matter. Just pick one and get consistent on it and do it every single day. Build it consistently. Then move to your next area. Did you say this was supposed to be an hour? Right? Okay. I'm like, I need to wrap up. Okay. But we want to make sure we're building out our social media. Our social media, my town is 5,000. A little bit of background on our town, you guys. The Snowflake was not named for the snow. Snowflake was founded by Sam's great-great-great-grandfather. And him and another guy decided, hey, let's name the town after both of us. Erastus Snow and William Jordan Flake. Snowflake. That is the way the town got its name. We do get some snow. We are almost 6,000 feet in elevation, so we are quite high up in the mountains, but we have an amazing, we have a beautiful area, so it's very fun. And yeah, good job. That is amazing growth. And that's what you want to do, is you want to grow your social media and you want to build an interactive team. So you are sharing this stuff and you're creating some things. I teach the 80-20 rule. 80% about your social media should be about your life. Should be something fun. In fact, I got to do a picture. Seth gave us a challenge to do a reel today of a day in the life. And so everything I've done today, I've tried to video. So then I want to compile it into one giant reel of what does a day in the life look like. And it's going to be, one-on-one calls, power hour, Zoom. I do a power hour 5 days a week. And it's very, very powerful, and I also try to build my social media when I'm a mom taxi. If I'm running and picking up kids, when sitting in the car, do that. But make your reels fun. Make your life fun. Have fun with this. And it's okay if you mess up. It's okay if you're real on there. You will earn as you learn. And you want to grow that. I teach people to kind of pick 5 areas of things that you want to do and how you want to share. Like, what are your 5 pillars that you're going to share about? If you go to my page, you will always see stuff where I'm talking about being a mom, talking about being an entrepreneur, talking about health. I share a lot of recipes. I have kids that have a lot of health issues. For those of you guys that don't know, my son is highly allergic to all dairy products. He can't have any artificial dyes, and we pulled him off gluten. So feeding the child is a challenge, and feeding. So I do a lot of talking about that on my page and sharing on that, So I did today, and it was kind of fun because I did things that I might have skipped without having to do that reel. Like I usually read my scriptures, my Bible on my phone. Today, I actually opened up my Bible so I could video the book. And just fun things like that. But yeah, you want to share, you want to look for who is that ideal client? Who is that ideal person you want to work with? I know people that have actually named it like their avatar. And then you try to share things of a problem, and a solution. For me, having a beautiful water bottle that is, where to go? Branded CEO, branded with my Hawaii team, stickers. If you guys send me a sticker where you're from, I'll put out my water bottle. But it helps me drink my water. This one actually alkalines my water too, but it does. So I share about that kind of thing. Share about things that you're passionate about. You guys, and don't think anything's off limits. One of the best LifeVantage people in the world has 80,000 people, and she talks about poop. Okay. She talks all about gut health, and she talks about poop, and her page is hilarious. And it's very informative, but nothing's off limits. Find what you're passionate about and just keep sharing on it. I do. There's pictures of my kids at the games. And it may take hundreds of hours to show that 5-second clip of my son actually kicking the ball. But, as I'm trying to video him, and I usually miss it. And sometimes I do miss it. And I'll just post the whole team, playing. But, make it fun. Make it things that people interact. Because why people are going to buy from people they know, like, and trust. So, sorry, I got my grandkid in the back here. For those of you guys that don't know, a little fun story. My dad is turning 68 next week. They just adopted a 3-year-old that they have had since he was 9 months old. So I have a brother that is technically a brother that's 40 years younger than me. But he thinks that I'm his grandma. He calls me his dandy. And he wants to come to Dandy's house. So it makes it a lot of fun. But it's a blessing. So anyway, so if you ever hear me talk about my child, it is not my 17-year-old that had a child. It is my parents that have a child. So yes. Anyway, so he is here visiting today. So my parents had to run down because they still have to be grandparents to the other 18 grandkids. So they're juggling a lot. So I help out when I can, which is a blessing for this business. That's a blessing of this business. And it is. And it's fun now that I can share him a little bit more on social media. And I don't have to be as cautious as I did before. So it was a very bad situation, you guys. I have a sister that has mental health issues and got involved in drugs. And it's a very, very heartbreaking situation. But Oslo's safe. He has a good relationship with his mother because it can be safe now. And so it's a good thing. It's worked out to be a blessing. We are very grateful. Took a long time with DCS, but we're very grateful to have him there and have that there. But yes, so he is kind of a special little guy. So tonight, but this business is kind of like taking steps. So I'm going to shift gears a little bit. I'm going to talk a little bit about education. Learn. If I could go back and tell myself, I'm going to date it a little bit more. It's actually been, next month is 13 years we joined LifeVantage. I've got to update my bio. I thought I sent you the wrong one. 13 years ago, I would tell myself, become a student of the industry. Learn what you can about network marketing. You guys, more women make 6 figures a year in network marketing than in any other industry. Okay? The neat thing about network marketing, it doesn't care how old you are. I had a lady that is 76 years young, who is making, $2,000 a month in LifeVantage. Okay? Because she's a great customer gatherer. Okay? It doesn't care your age. She couldn't go out and get a job. Okay? Another one's, and then her husband's also making a huge check. There's no age limit. It doesn't care how old you are. It doesn't care your race. It doesn't care. And the Evolve plan literally pays you for your effort. It is going to pay you for the work you do. Our plan before was good. This just takes it to the next level, and it's going to pay you exactly for your effort. If I was I don't care if you're brand new, if you're relaunching your business, wherever you're at, if you're comfortable, this is what I am doing right now in my business to do it. Every single day, I'm doing mindset tools, positive mindset training. Every single day or every single month, I am committing to learning about LifeVantage. That is kind of on a weekly thing for me. One thing I didn't touch on, you guys, I missed in my tools. Did you guys know LifeVantage has a podcast called Activation Nation? It is amazing. It is probably my favorite podcast. So I listen to the podcast every single week. I listen to the LifeVantage training. LifeVantage is doing a training. It is going to be, I think they said Tuesdays. Sorry, they've shifted it around sometime. There's going to be a new training that comes out every single Tuesday. So I'm going to watch those, okay? LifeVantage Academy, I'm going to watch tomorrow if you're in the United States. If there is a Master Pro 10 or executive presidential person coming to my area, just a little bit of background, you guys. It's a 3-hour drive for us to get to Phoenix. Okay? So if I go to the airport to fly out, it's 3 hours to get to the airport. And then I sit at the airport for 2 hours, and then I fly. To get to LifeVantage Academy when they're not virtual, it's a 6-hour round trip for us. Okay? It's a full day, sometimes 2-day event. And those are sacrifices. Sam used to go down after work teaching school all day. He would drive down to Phoenix, listen to the presentation, drive home at midnight, and get up the next morning and go to school. Because if there was somebody teaching, there wasn't as many like online teaching as there is now, you guys. So when we started, everything was done was only in person. There wasn't recordings. There wasn't Zooms. So a lot of that stuff we had to drive for. We had to make those commitments. So spend that time. So use the podcast, use the virtual academies, use the LifeVantage trainings that they're doing to get on there and make sure that you're educating yourself about these industries. Eric Worre has a great one for GoPro, another podcast. There's a lot of free or very, very cheap stuff. Read the books. Read the books. There's some amazing books out on network marketing. Some of our elite leaders have been in those books. So educate yourself on those tools. So that's number one I do every single, number one is mindset. Number two is education. Number three is action. Take action. Hold yourself accountable to grow your business. Okay? Nobody gets lucky. It's people that work hard in there, okay, that are going to have success in here. So I've given you a lot of tools. I'm going to ask you guys, will you commit this week to use one of the tools that I talked about today? Something you haven't done before. Maybe it's sharing a blog with some of your customers. But commit to yourself to share something and do something new. But it's that consistent effort. And again, that 18 minutes, you guys, in 100 hours in a year, your life will look completely different. Okay? Let's talk real quick about the 3-in-1 plan. 3 customers and 1 consultant every single month. Okay? That's 1 person a week to sign up. If you do that for 1 year, have you guys seen this math? Have you done the math on this? Okay. If you do that, and I've got this on a video, YouTube too, I can share out too. But if you do that in 1 year, you will have 36 customers. Now, let's say you've got an average. We're just going to say they're all collagen customers, okay? 112 PV. That makes you, that's 4,036 in customer volume you've signed up. That makes you a diamond. Diamonds get paid $1,200 a month on the 2 bonuses with the diamond package, okay? 36 collagen customers in 1 year. That's just 1 a week, taking a week off. That puts you there. Now, if you also go out and get 1 consultant every single month, not say you have 2, just 2 of those 12 consultants that do something with you. And maybe they don't quite hit diamond. Maybe one of them hits sapphire and one of them hits emerald. That your check is going to be right around $1,700 a month. That's $20,000 a year, you guys, for doing the 3-in-1 plan. And I haven't even told you about, that's only 3 of the 10 bonuses that LifeVantage pays you out. This new plan is very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. And keep doing the activities there so you can grow and learn. Beth, make sure you text me if there's anything I'm supposed to follow up and send you guys. I can do that. But keep it very simple, you guys. Your excitement, your story is your most powerful tool. Share your story. Learn how to share it in a minute. You know, it's a great exercise just to have everybody go through and share their product story so that they learn how to share it in a minute. Okay? It's very, very powerful to hear these stories. And when you can get people sharing them quickly, practice your story. I have several product stories I share. I have several business stories I can share. Okay? But that's what you want to share, is sharing those stories in a minute and practicing it. You know, your dog should know the story. My 9-year-old can give a collagen presentation, you guys. Why? Because he's heard it. And he can pick it up and tell you about it. And it's funny to me because they hear it and stuff like that. But practicing those stories really helps. Learning it so that people know what you're excited about. You can mess this up all the time. I tell people all the time the wrong number of collagen we have inside of our bodies. It blows me away that we have 28 different types of collagen. But yes, you have to do this. We're all like babies. We have to learn how to crawl before we can walk, before we can run. And the more times, those of us that are making bigger checks, it just means we've ran and fallen down more times and made more mistakes, looked like a fool in front of us, made more bad invites than anybody else. And it's okay. We're just going to keep going. Now's a perfect time. Guys, we just launched something amazing. You know, call all of those people that told you no. I have people ordering collagen that told me no 10 years ago and told me not to bother them about this ever again. Seriously. But we just keep sharing what we're passionate about. But she saw those before and after pictures because I'm consistent. I didn't share it once and get a lot of orders. I share collagen stuff in my stories almost every day. They don't go on my main page. I keep the 80-20 here, but my stories, I am very, very consistent on what I'm sharing. You know, probably 50% of the time, if you click on my stories, there is something about collagen because I'm excited about it. There's always new stories to share. If you see somebody's you like, screenshot it, share it. But the same goes for the stories that we have with Nerf 2. Share those stories and it will grow your business because those are what's powerful. It was that story we heard about our friend's father-in-law, who helped his back pain. That's the reason I took a bottle of Protandim home to see if it would help my dad. It did not help my dad instantly. It was months before my dad missed the bottle. And he goes, that vitamin thing of yours, Vandee, I think I noticed a result in my back. It wasn't an instantaneous story, but the guy's been on Protandim now for almost 13 years and is still riding horses when they told him 15 years ago that he would probably never ride horses again. And he's still riding horses. He was able to raise his grandson and he's still there. Like there's powerful in the stories. Last thing I want to close with is the truth is good enough. The truth is good enough. We don't have to lie, don't have to exaggerate. We have something amazing. We have something special. Okay? Do not mess it up. If you post anything that's wrong, this is my baby. LifeVantage is mama, and we will take care of mama because it is part of it. The truth is good enough. Our comp plan, the truth is good enough on our products. And let's build this with integrity. Let's build this together, because I want to fly to the Philippines and come see all of you guys. This is Hawaii in the background because it's on my vision board over there. And the other day I was messing around and I put it on my background, my Zoom background for something. And I've left it there for a while because I keep smiling. Because it's on there for me to run. I have affirmations on my phone every day. And I'm going to read those real quick. I choose to rise and thrive. I was born to lead. I am ready and willing and able to lead. I can and will rise and thrive. I am enough. I know who I am. So I'm trying to clear off all my notifications that keep coming up. I am gracious and grateful for all that flows to me. Oh, where is it? I am audacious, outrageous, and full of myself. I am brilliant and incredibly talented. I love bringing my unique gifts to the world. I make a difference. I am unstoppable. My success is inevitable, and I remember who I am. You guys, rise and thrive. Fly like the eagles you are, and grow. Do not shortchange yourself. Do not live with regret, because this business is amazing. The culture is amazing. And the best part is, if you do these steps, you will grow and you will become an amazing person. Guys, when they first started, I told them I wasn't ever getting in front of the room and I wasn't going to speak on stage. And if you would have ever thought I would have turned on a video and videoed myself for Zoom or gotten a Zoom, I would have laughed at you. But we all grow and we all become better. And we get paid for it with LifeVantage. And that's the best part, becoming the best version of who you are. So you guys, we've got what, 15 days till the end of the month? Run as hard as you can and work as hard as you can. If you get to be with anywhere near Tyler Daniels, I told you what we sacrificed to be there. It was important to us. There were things we missed in our kids' lives to be there because it gave us that flexibility. My children, my daughter is 17 years old, almost 18 years old. She's the only one of my children that remembers mom and dad having a full-time job. So let's run and do this, and let's build this together. So we'll go there. Okay, back to you.
Wow, Vandee, I know we're on Zoom, but I want to stand up and just applaud you. I felt like I was at a weekend event, but yet it felt like 5 minutes. I was so captivated by so much information and so much excitement. And girl, you look 10 years younger. That collagen, you should use yourself.
I do. I love our
before and after. Okay, I know we don't have much time, but if there's 2 or 3 questions, Vandee, would you be able to take a couple questions?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Anyone just unmute yourself and we'll take the first 3 that get themselves out there. Let's see, any questions for Vandee? Anything about Evolve?
Can I have a question? The first question.
Go ahead.
Good morning. I mentioned on the chat box that you, by the way, I'm Jinky from Philippines. One question, I'm still very new here and I don't have the full confidence, okay, of presenting and talking to friends, but I'm really trying, especially with the support of Kai and the group. Okay, my first question is, sometimes you're having a second thought of talking to your relatives about this product. Okay, one is I'm still new. Second is that I cannot tell my members of the family that this is I know the product is good, but the network marketing itself, because until now I'm still striving to get my uplines. Okay, so what can we do with members of the family or relatives that you believe that they really need the product, one for the health, and second is that they have money to be a distributor, but it's very hard to reach out for relatives. That's my situation.
I would,
That's all.
so number one, Sam has several cousins that are signed up under somebody else because we didn't go talk to them. Okay. So they said yes to somebody else. I'm talking first cousins. Okay. Because they didn't go talk to them. So I would say talk to them. Number two, I would say with relatives, especially with relatives, use third party, use somebody else to tell the story. And, even if it's as simple as, I found something I'm excited about, I wanted you to learn about it. Here's my friend Kai. She's going to tell you all about it, because she knows and I'm still learning. This may or may not be for you. Take it away. Don't beg him. Don't bribe him. But let me tell you a quick story, guys. Number one, we found out about LifeVantage by accident. Okay. The guy that started this in our company made a list of all the entrepreneurs he did and all the people he was sick. His neighbor across the street was not on the list. Okay. Sam called him. The guy answered it in his pocket. And Sam overheard him talk about network marketing. Later made fun of him. And finally, he just said, come to a meeting. When Heath came back that 24 hours later, we went to a meeting. The next morning, Sam got up and drove that 6-hour round trip to go to the big training in Phoenix. I had the credit card in my pocket. And Heath goes, what is stopping you from signing up today? And the credit card's in my pocket. I've already made the decision to be in. And I said, well, and at the time, the company was in a lot of debt. We weren't sure 13 years ago if the company was going to survive. I said, well, the company's in a lot of debt. He goes, they won't be. This company will be out of debt and in the positive soon. And I said something else, and Heath's confidence, he was 10 foot tall and bulletproof. That is the confidence you need when you go to approach your relatives. And you don't care. I am building this business with or without you. I wanted you to see this because I think you need the product, or I think this would be a fun business to do together. Are you going to do it with me? So those are two things I would say. And I'm not perfect at this, but we get better. The more you practice, the better you get. And it's okay. But that is definitely what I would do with that. Keep going. Make a commitment that you're going to be here. Make a commitment of what you're going to do because you're doing this for your future. Okay? They're not going to pay your bills. Don't worry if they hate network marketing. We had people rip us apart on network marketing. But you know what? They've never offered to pay my bills. They have never, taken care of my kids. So we just go forward with it and stuff. Some family members I'm not as close to because they don't care for, we've grown apart. Not because of the product, like they use the product, but we're not as close as we used to be. But that's okay because I'm choosing to make myself better. My sister went to nursing school. She's making her life better a different way, but she's very, very busy and she's missing out on a lot of things with her kids, but that's her choice. And it's okay. Life's going to happen either way. There's going to be things that'll change relationships. If you look back 15 years ago, I'm sure you have a different group of friends than you had 15 years ago. Life is going to happen with or without it. So go out there and share because there's nothing more fun. My parents travel with us. They do all the events with us, and there's nothing more fun than growing this with people that you love and traveling with them. But go out there and do it and do those steps though. Have your confidence and do the third party, and don't be afraid to tell them, well, maybe this isn't for you. And that's
Wow,
okay.
that was an excellent
Thank
answer.
you.
Well, Vandee, if I may ask you a
Go
question,
for it.
I was wondering, what are some of your tips if you do like a collagen party? Are there any little tips that you have done that you have found help make it more successful or enjoyable?
Number one, have fun. Like that's the main thing. You want people to have fun. For a collagen sip and glow, I ordered little tiny, you can order them on Amazon. I think they're little shot glasses, like little plastic shot glasses, but they're perfect just to pour in the collagen. And then that way people could have samples, in there. Have Axio out. Have some nice printed, like your cards, some printable things that people can look at. So you have the display there nice. Set it up nice. Have some snacks. Don't go overboard. Don't make it a 5-course meal because someone else may go, oh my gosh, that's not duplicatable. But it's okay to have a few snacks out. It's okay, and to make it fun. Sip and glows are a toss-up. They're a little bit, you've got to be a little bit more, it's more of a party, but you still want to make sure you give them the information. Keep it short. There's some great PowerPoints where you can click through the before and afters. We went to one and they had like on a loop on the TV playing just the before and afters, like the PowerPoint slide.
Oh,
So
great idea.
Like you start, it just kind of looped through with information so people could kind of look at it and read it as they do it. We printed off a bunch of the stuff into like little booklets and all kinds of things. But yeah, just do it, make it fun so that people, because the main thing you want to do is people want to see like, hey, this is cool. I want to be part of this.
That is excellent, excellent advice. When you go somewhere, you want to know that your friends have a good time at the very least. And I'm telling you, if you're a woman and you look at those before and after slides, it's going to be powerful, very powerful. Thank you so much.
I am 43 years old. And if you look at my mother, my mom is 64, and she gets accused of being my sister all the time. And it's because
oh my
of
goodness
products. In fact, we were at, so we did a little boutique. We were handing out collagen cards. And this lady walked up to us, looked at my mom and goes, here's my card. I want everything you're taking. And she bought the entire, like the face, the skincare kit, the collagen, and the Protandim.
I know we're running out of time, and I know there's so many more things that we want to steal out of your brain, but you have given us so much. The recording will be out, and I've tried to put in the chat a lot of different points that Vandee made, but I'm just so grateful. Thank you. You have completely changed my excitement to do this.
I'm very glad. And if anybody like wants to see what I'm doing on social media, you're welcome to follow me on Instagram. And if you share something, copy and paste it. But for reals, that's how I started growing. Looking and seeing somebody and be like, oh, that's easy. So share.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. We will definitely do that. I appreciate that. And what great advice to use all the top and expert marketing tools that we have to be able to share that with others. You send that to people, they're going to be like, wow, you're some big company on the NASDAQ to have all of this top-notch, marketing and information. I just want to thank you. We've come to a close now, and thank you, Kai, for always being so wise to have amazing speakers for us here. And everyone who came, welcome. And next time, in this next year, we hope it's going to be you up on this Zoom doing a training just like Vandee and telling us how you put things into action and with a great increase your gratitude and just learn, practice. The hardest thing I know is to be bad before you're good and then you're great, but go for it because look what awaits you.